First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Ba'ashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kodash means holy. And that's on the Paleo Hebrew. Also, to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. In today's video, I wanted to go into how vengeance is coming to the world, right? Vengeance for all, or really, it's vengeance for the Israelites. Now, the reason I'm even making this video is because Iran made an AI video a couple days ago, 2 days ago. They posted it, and just look at what Iran's mentality is. Right, and that was a heavy video because it shows how these Edomites, okay, as the scriptures say, have been the hammer of the earth. Babylon has been the hammer of the earth. Okay, first starting off with the natives, going to the northern kingdom, the Israelites that were over here on the western hemisphere. Then, the Hiroshima, they brought up Epstein Island, they brought up all these things about what these Edomites have done. And the world is realizing who the wicked are. And they're realizing that something has to be done. Now, how is that going to happen? Well, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Okay, he is the one that is making it happen. And it's not just going to stop at these Edomites. Okay, it's going to happen for every single nation. Every single nation will get judged for what they did to the Israelites and for the wickedness that they have done. So, let's go and start at Zephaniah chapter 3. And verse 8 it says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." Right, so it is the Lord that is gathering the nations. Okay, it is the Lord that is putting it in Trump's mindset, minds to do these things, to the new leader, Khamenei, or not Khamenei, but the new Ayatollah, or soon Ayatollah, the son of Khamenei, him doing all these things, and Netanyahu doing all these things. It is the Lord that is making this happen. Right, we can get a little precept to back that up. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. "The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." Right, so the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. And the Lord is the one that's controlling. There is no such thing as free will. So, the Lord is the one that is rising up these nations, and he's going to judge them. Right? And the reason why is for what they have done to the Israelites. Okay, let's read that in Psalms chapter 53, if I remember correctly. It's been 83, if I remember correctly. Psalms chapter 83 and verse 2, it says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Asher also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah." Right, so all these nations have came against his people, and that's why the Most High is going to judge them. Okay, we can read that in Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein. the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Which the heavens being rolled together as a scroll is going into the nuclear mushroom cloud. Right? That's the way Isaiah and John described the nuclear mushroom cloud, is a scroll being rolled together. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Which this is talking about Babylon the Great, okay, the main habitation of the Edomites. It says, "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord hath sacrificed in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made with fatness, fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses, for the controversy of Zion." Right? What is the controversy of Zion? How they have destroyed us as a nation. Right? And what does the word recompenses go to? The requital, the reward. Right? And the reward is Ezekiel 35 and verse 6, going to the Edomites. "Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." And that is the recompense, is blood, is judgment, is every single thing that they did is going to come back upon their own heads. And we can already see how, these Iranians are marking out every single injustice that they have done. And what's going to happen? Destruction to Babylon the Great. And it's powerful how they have the Statue of Liberty with the head of Baal, is showing you how they know that this place is ran on witchcraft, the left-hand side. And it says it in Revelation 18 that Babylon was the den of all hateful bird, of all wicked abominations. Hey, this is the most wicked place you'll ever see. In all human existence, this is the most wicked of the wicked. So the only way that this place goes down is that fire, those nuclear missiles. And it will happen. Okay? So let's read Revelation 13 and 10, and then we'll go into Jeremiah 50. Revelation 13 and 10. "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." Right, so the elect, the saints, and this is what they're going to be waiting for all these nations to be done the same way we have been done. Okay, justice. Another scripture, Jeremiah 30 and 16. "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because they call thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." Right, so justice, everything they did to us is going to happen to them. Another one, Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and verse 2, it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Right, so the roles are going to be flipped. We're at the bottom right now, but soon we're going to be at the top. And those that are on top right now will soon be at the bottom. So let's get this in Joel chapter 2 and verse 20. It says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his inner part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things." And that's going into how he's going to send this North American army to a land barren and desolate. Okay, those deserts over there in Saudi Arabia, to go fight World War III. Which, if you look at, the exact land mass that this is talking about, it's talking about this right here. Okay, this land mass right here. And the reason you know why is it says, with his face toward the EC, right? The EC being the Persian Gulf. And it says, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. Hinder part toward the utmost sea, the Red Sea. And this is where the conflict is going to be at. So, we're seeing these prophecies happen exactly as they've been written, and it's only going to intensify. Let me get one more scripture, or two more. Joel chapter 3 and verse 1, it says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land." Right? So, hey, the Lord is the one that's doing the gathering. And one thing here is that these Iranians think it's only America, but guess what? It's going to be you Iranians too that are getting judged. Right? It clearly says he's going to gather all nations for what they did to the Israelites. Because every single nation has taken crafty counsel against his people to say, let us cut them off from being a nation. So all you heathens got to pay. And this is going to be the first part of the payment, is America being destroyed. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9, it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain." Right, so these nations are going to get together to shoot arrows on this place. What are the arrows? These are the arrows. So, this AI video soon will not be AI, but will be reality. Hopefully this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to your elect, Shalom.